Okay guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at week 2 on iRacing, driving the Mazda Mx5 Global. Another great race I've got lined up here. Started quite far back, you can see there, I think we were 7th or 8th. It wasn't a particularly great qualifying. We messed up our lap and ended up a bit further back than what I would have liked and what I think our true pace was actually capable of. You can see we get away not too great as game, because obviously we haven't got the shifter. Still using the paddle shifters. I tried the shifter and it kept falling off the grip thing I had, so I can't really use it at the moment. So starting lap, we managed to just get back a place there. The car on the left had gone past us, but we braked a little bit late, just avoided the car in front and held a position. I think we're at 6th or 7th now. Have a little look. Yeah, I think we're in 6th place and we're right behind the guy in front of us. Really close race this, another enjoyable race. We're racing in the top split for every race we're in now. I'm finding, as I think we're in 23rd position in the championship. Not so bad on my first ever championship that I can enter, and it's the only one I can enter. And we've come up against some very fast racers. I've been checking out some of the people we've been racing against. A couple of these other guys that we've been coming up against have been racing in Division 1 on the sprint GT3 sprint series, and they've won a few races. I've been checking their stats and they've won a number of races in that Division 1, so they're obviously reasonably good racers, and it's good fun. We're having to push really hard, and we're nowhere near the fastest guys in these top splits, but you know, this is my first season and it's all about learning, and hopefully when we get to the GT3 cars it'll be a bit closer to some of the top guys, although like I say again, I don't expect to be winning any of the top splits in Division 1, as I know the competition is just far away from what I'm used to with the other games. But this is why I came in iRacing, for racing like we've got going on here. This wasn't the fastest race we had gone in. We'd raced much faster guys in other races, but because I started a bit further back than what I should have done, it led to a really good race. You can see now we're putting the guy ahead under some pressure. The annoying thing is we lose a little bit of grip on each upshift, but we're going to go back through now to the race start, and you can see there we didn't get the best start, but we managed to just chuck it up that inside braking a little bit later, just avoided the car in front of us, and kept ourselves from losing that position that we had lost off the start line. And then we were basically just trying to stay with the guy in front, just to avoid the guy behind getting the slipstream. You can see there now, and we're pushing really hard going into this right-hander, tricky right-hander. This I find the car runs wide quite a lot. It took me a while to get this corner really done well. You can see we ran quite wide there, but the benefit of that is, although they get the inside line, they get a pull through the corner, they lose a bit on the acceleration, so we kind of made ourselves safe there with that, running that wide line. But we eventually got that line sorted, and we had a potential lap on this track by the end of it of a 146.1, but we only managed the 46.4. Bit frustrating, because the lap that I was on when I got a 46.4 was it should have really been a 46.2 at least. It was the lap that got our potential so low, and we just messed up a corner. But like I say, you can see the difference. In qualifying I think we only ran a 47.0 here, and we have been running between a 46.4 to 46.8 near enough every race. So I think if we would have hit a 46.6 or something, we would have started 2nd or 3rd. I think the guy on pole got a 46.0, not the fastest time I'd seen on this, like I say. And you see now, we went for a move down the inside, but I knew I had to avoid him on the left, and for some stupid reason I downshifted in 2nd gear. Got it back in 3rd gear reasonably fast, but it means the guy behind us is going to work our way past. As you can see there, he's got the pull off that corner because of that stupid error we made. I did think now, I thought the only thing I can try and do is try and chuck it down late braking on the left hand side and hope he can't accelerate the car ahead of him, but we did chuck it down the outside, but we just didn't have the speed to get past there. So we had to start, we had to basically work our way back through some of these people. Now you can see, we're going to have a little look on the replay, the mistake we made. We had a run at the guy in front, braked late, had the inside line. I should have just kept it in third gear and got on the power, but we went into second gear for some stupid reason. I don't know why I did that, and you can see the speed we lost out. I think we would have had a chance of making the move on that white MX5 into this corner up ahead if we would have just kept it in third gear, but like I say, we didn't do it. And as I was saying before, yeah, we had raced some guys. We've raced the top two a couple of times. They were hitting like 45.7s. That was like 4 or 5 tenths off of the top time we can achieve. And one of the guys, all he races is the MX5. He must just have the free content, and his win ratio is 20 wins. I think every race he's entered he's won, so he's obviously a fast racer in this MX5. He's top of the championship at the moment, but we managed to finish, I think, 6-7 seconds behind him in that. We think we finished second in that race when he was racing against us. We finished second, about 7 seconds behind, so not too bad. I mean, 10 laps, it's just under a second slower on average, but it's about 8 attempts we were a second. Losing to him every lap, he was just gone. And I don't even think if we had the shift that we could have made that type of time up. But like I say, the more we practice, this is the first time we're visiting these tracks, so we're not 100% up to speed. It'll be interesting the next time we get a chance to race these tracks. If we ever do, hopefully we'll have some content by the time next season comes. Hopefully we'll have some GT3 cars and other cars to race, so we can start doing some varied videos in iRacing. At the moment, all I can really race is the MX5. Hopefully we might get fast tracked to C-Class soon. From what I've read on the forums, all we've got to do is try and get our safety rating up to 4.0 at any point during the season, and it should go up to C-Class. That's what it says on the help information, so hopefully that'll happen. You see there, we tried to pull a move off on that red MX5 then, running wide around that corner, didn't quite make it. And then we decided to try that move again down the outside, seeing if we can get a car round the outside, but it didn't work. I knew that wasn't going to work, so I got back into the inside and tried to stay right behind them. You can see how close everyone is now. See, this is from all the way from 1st to 7th is all in this small little clip. You can see we had a big moment on the rear end there. We managed to hold it, and just had to be a little bit careful now going into the braking. Now once you do that, the rear tyres do tend to heat up quite a lot, and then you've got to be a bit careful on the accelerator. But we were okay, managed to not lose too much time. I was getting a bit frustrated because I know I had the speed to be in at least 3rd or 4th place at this point, and then I do tend to lose a lot of speed after lap 6. I think I take a lot of wear out my tyres in general on the first 6 or so laps, and I was getting frustrated knowing this was a time where I needed to be a bit further ahead. I do need to start being a bit more patient and driving a little bit more calmer for the first half of the race, just so the tyres are a bit better for the last half. That's what I've found out so far. But you can see now we get a nice pull from that corner there, and we're right behind the red MX5. Now's where we need to really get on the power early through this left hand. That's key to getting an overtake move done. You can see we're getting on the power. We run a little bit wide though. Get a little warning there, our second warning of the race. Bit annoying as we've lost out on a possible overtake move going into this corner now. Braking down now, he's braking very early there, and we're going to try it and get on the power as early as we can and get in that white MX5 slipstream. That should help us down to pull a move off now going into the tight right hander. So we're very close to the MX5, the red MX5 in front of us now. And I'm going to try that move again. This is a move that I kept trying to fake a little move to the right, get him to go to the right, I go to the left, and then brake very late, and this gives us a nice move down the outside. You can see he's now can't accelerate too much because of the MX5 in front of him. We've got the left hand line now for the left hand corner, and we've pulled that move off. A really nice overtake. I really enjoyed that one. Worked that one with a fake dummy to the right. I was never going to pull a move off down that right hand side because it never would have worked. It would have been too dangerous. So what we did, we faked that move to the right hand side, got him to go over to the right, and then we went down the left hand side. You can see we're very close to the white MX5 now, and trying to get as close as we can to the white MX5 to pull a move off on him. So we're driving away now, and we're going to try and stay with this MX5 as much as we can. See if we can get an overtake move done at some point. See, we've definitely got the speed at this point to we should have really, I think we definitely got the speed to be in at least 3rd place, I think, at this point. I don't know if we would have had the speed to be in the top 2 positions. I can't really tell because when you're driving in traffic like this, you're having to brake like there. I had to brake a lot in what I would have liked. You can see our lap times are quite a way off what I would like to have been hitting. Normally at this point of the race we would be probably 47.0s, 46.9s. I was able to keep the first 4 laps normally in the late 46s. You can see there we did another fake move back over to the left hand side, and then we're going to try and throw a move down this right hand side now and see if we can pull a move off going into this tight corner again. This time we've got the car a bit better position now to pull a move off on the inside line. You can see we've got him there. Now he knows we're there. He's got the spot of knowing that we're on that right hand side, so all we've got to do really now is brake a little bit later. We pull that a little bit later on the brakes, and he runs a little bit wide, gives us the space, and then behind us the other car dive bombs him. I think that was a bit aggressive in my view, but we'll have a little look on the replay and have a little look what happened there and how we eventually pulled that move off. And you can see now we're into 5th place and looking okay for an okay position. You can see now all started off quite far back. As you can see, we did a couple of fake moves. We went to look down left, then look down the right, and then back over to the left hand side. Got him to go off the line what he would have preferred to go on, and that gave us an ideal line to attack him. Now you can see the pull on we're getting now, we're really gaining on him there. The only thing that's stopping us really getting past him before the braking point is probably the fact that we haven't got the shifter. You can see he started pulling back away there, even though we got a much better pull out of that corner. But we braked a little bit later, as you can see on the brake lights. You can see he's braking there, we brake a little fraction later, inside line, and then you can see the car behind tries to dive bomb him there. I mean, it was I think he thought he'd opened the door for him, but it was a hard one to call, but still I think it was a little bit aggressive. Now you can see going on lap 7, we've gone through to a few laps ahead, and you can see we're really pressurising the guy in 4th place. And I know I need to get this move done. We've only got a couple of laps to go, and I don't think we're going to get anywhere near them top 3 guys because they're a little bit too far away. But you can see we're all over the back end of this car. We're going to try and get around this corner as well as we can to try and get a move done. See, we're hard on the power, and again we're really close now to the back end. We actually have to lift off slightly there so we don't hit him, but we're on the right hand side, and we've just got to brake later now and try and keep the side without going into 2nd gear this time. Keep it in 3rd gear, keep it inside line, and then we're hard on the power, and we've got that move pretty much done perfect. And then we're going to go over to the right hand side just to defend that position, just in case he thinks of plunging one on the inside, so he knows that I'm aware that that's not going to happen. So he's trying to get in our slipstream, he's back over to the left hand side, so we're just going to move our left hand tyre back onto that grippy part of the track there, so we can brake nice and late and keep the inside line. And we've got that move done really nicely, and we'll have a little look at that move again from the helicopter view. So you can see it was all done from that corner where we got a really good exit. A little lift there, but we kept on the power nicely enough, got in the car over to the right hand side, brake a little bit later than him on the inside line. He can't really do much. That horrible, if you get caught on that left hand side, that corner is really horrible and you lose so much time, and I knew that, so we got that move done pretty much perfectly there. And then you can see we just go to defend that line just in case he thinks about it, although there wasn't really much chance of him. But I've had a few people do some extreme dive bombing on this game, but we got away with it there, and you can see we got that position covered, then we're into 4th place, and I think that's quite a good position after the start we had when we were back down to, I think it was 7th or 8th position. So an enjoyable race and a really fun. We're going to join the action again, I think a little bit further on towards the last part of the track, the last lap on the race. And you see now we're in 4th position there. Is it 4th or 5th position? And you know, we're doing okay there. Considering where we was, I think we were down in 8th position there. I think we're in 4th position. I think it says 5th position, but I'm pretty sure we're actually in 4th position at this point. Yeah, that's just because the move hadn't been done there. So we're skipping through to the last lap now. You can see there we're in 4th position, and a really enjoyable race. This is why I'm really enjoying iRacing, for races like this where you're not winning it. You know, you don't have to win to have a great race. But we had great battles, and I think you can really see how much we've caught up to the top guys. I think we had the pace to be at least in the top 3. 100% sure we did. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this little race on iRacing, and we'll be back with more of these videos very soon. Thanks again for watching, guys.